You're going to start over.
Are we good now?
Right?
So cue us, please. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. This is The Lounge. So, today I am talking to iPhone 8 request. Father asks daughter to sell body. Now, I have a beautiful collaboration right on set today. And I'm going collaboration because my co-host, Margaret Osazua, is not right here in the studios with us. My name is Melanie Ishola, and here you have them, my amazing collaborators on set today. Joining me is
Taufik Sani, as usual.
As usual. I love for you to actually say your name yourself.
Taufik
The other person
Sani.
I appreciate mentioning his name himself is Adeyemi Lahomi.
Oh, Lahomi.
That's right. And equally joining me is
Oluwaseke Tanimola.
alright, Oluwashike Tanimola and Taufik Sani. Now, if you look at this composition, usually would give you 2 female and 1 male, but then there's a reason we have it this way. Now, we're talking to iPhone 8 request. Father asked daughter to sell body, and somebody is possibly wondering what really is this headline speaking to. So, as always, we have a video to show you. Essentially, let's know what you make of these content, and that's what we're going to be speaking to right here on set. Studio line to call when it's time is going to be right here on your screen displayed. But in the meantime, let's take a very quick break to see this together and be back for some analysis. Don't go away.
There is nothing in this life that pointed to the fact that my future is secure in your hand. I have not seen that thing. I have not seen it, and I don't deceive myself. Anybody else can deceive himself or herself. I don't deceive myself. My future, I don't know the way to be with you. But I thank God it's not only me that I have a future. Go and sell your body now to buy iPhone. Your mates are buying iPhone.
A child of a pastor wants to be like everybody.
Those that have admission to study medicine in their life, they don't ask for. Those that have admission to study medicine in their life, they don't ask for iPhone. Not to talk of you. Who did not even get admission to study Yoruba. Those that get admission on platter of gold, they will never ask for iPhone because they have future. They have aim for their life that what matters to them is their education. Gain admission, get out school, let me keep some school, come out,
Why don't you think? Why do you think God for God? Why do you not like giving me pain? You can never think. You can never discuss it.
It's not until when a boy, a guy is carrying girlfriend, boyfriend, it's not until when you see that a guy is a body or this thing. She's already corrupt. More than corruption is herself. She knows what she does on phone. She knows what she does with her body. So it's not a matter of I'm seeing somebody with boyfriend. There is nothing in this life that pointed to the fact that my future is secure in your hand. I have not seen that thing. I have not seen it, and I don't deceive myself. Anybody else can deceive himself or herself. I don't deceive myself. My future.
There you have it. I mean, we all saw that. And it's important for us to score what the highlights of that very short conversation that we all listened to was. A number of people on the internet have come to, in the first place, blame the said child for putting out such private conversations in the open. But there are different angles and aspects to this video than that. So, let's get it started, gentlemen. I am going to start with you, Shikemi, for obvious reasons. I mean, apparently I do not want you to feel like, oh, man, he's throwing me under the bus. But this is a conversation about somebody your generation. And then I feel they say there is a huge disconnect between other generations and the Gen Zs. And I think that's how it's always been amongst generations, even before Gen Z became a thing. And we want to just understand, for me, I want to know what you made out of that video. When you saw it, what was your interpretation? I think it's important for us to see it from, your angle, your perspective.
Okay, so from my view here, I believe that
Go ahead.
first of all, the video shouldn't have been posted, but now that it's out there for us to see, I think the father shouldn't have said those things to her, because it's still verbal abuse to an extent, both the father and the mother. The girl wasn't wrong for asking for a birthday gift. It's her right? We're all humans. We all deserve gifts on our birthday, special events. Asking for a phone is not out of place. But you can also say that, yes, she had made some mistakes in the past by not being able to get admission. Her parents were frustrated with her, but at the same time, nothing she did deserved that abuse from her parents. Those words were used against her. She had to sell her body. That's out of place.
Right, right. Thank you so much, Shikemi. I think I love the genuineness with which you speak, you know, because it's essentially, let's pan it to the right, let's pan it to the left. So the father or the mother, or both of them, actually do have rights as parents.
Sure.
We can't take it away from them.
Yeah.
And the child equally has rights as a child.
Yeah.
I mean, if I needed a birthday gift, I'm not going to ask a stranger. If I could ask strangers, maybe, but at least I'm expected to first ask
My
those close
parents,
to me.
yeah.
My parent, if I was a child, now I'm no longer a child, Shikemi. I envy you. So I can't ask my daddy or my mommy.
Yeah.
But at least there are people in my life I can ask,
Yeah.
right? So I need your interpretation of that video, really.
Okay.
Taufik.
Yes. First, okay. Let's back up a little bit. There are definitely other factors that would have led to that kind of a conversation in the car. We all have parents. We all have been in that shoe, and we all have said one or two things to our children, and our children have. We ourselves, when we were young, we have done a lot of things that angered our parents so much that they said some things out of annoyance that didn't mean we couldn't go back to them to ask for stuffs. And again, it didn't mean that they won't come back to us to send us messages. You know, the bond is still there.
Right.
Father, children. I mean, it's still there.
Okay.
So,
I wanted you to land on your point.
okay. So, in the first place, like he said, that video shouldn't have gone on air.
Yeah.
That is where the lady, or let me use words because the video now I'm using is, but let's come reality. That was where the girl erred.
So for you, if it wasn't because
seriously.
the girl put out the video, you do not see anything else wrong in what the girl did. Let's put some more context.
Okay.
So now you're watching us. This is the lounge, and on the lounge, what we do is to analyze trending issues and essentially most of the things that have trended online, most times viral content. So for this week's viral content, we picked this video of a young girl who put out a conversation between her and her parents. The father's voice could be heard louder than the mother's, but somewhere in there you could hear the mother. And the interesting part for me was I was straining to literally hear what the mother had to say, and I found that the mother was equally supporting the father in the quest to get her to behave according to them. Now, we're speaking to iPhone 8 request. Father asks daughter to sell body. You can join the conversation and call and let us know what your own analysis is. Is the girl right? Is the parent right? We just want to know, should the father have asked the daughter to sell body? 09133734592. Again, 09133734592. The number is scrolling right there on your screen, and you can do well and call to contribute. So the issue seemed like the issue, Shike. The issue seemed like the issue, Taufik, and it is sell your body. I think I couldn't. A colleague said to me, "Oh, Melanie, see headline. Is that how you guys are headlining this?" Because essentially there were other angles to come from. And then I said, I think this is the loudest thing in what the father said. The father said a number of things. I'm going to start it to give context. I'm going to start by saying there was a father who said, well, your mates are making it into the university. Your mates are entering the university, gaining admission to study medicine. Yeah, and we can extend this conversation. If I put myself in there as a teenager, I possibly heard my father saying, you need to do better and give me better than you currently do. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello, your name and where you're calling from? Yes, your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, please do well and call again. I do not know. I think there's more distractions where our caller really was calling from. Now, I mean, this conversation, and then I looked at it as though when I gained admission, My father wanted me to study medicine. Shike, you have no idea. It was so bad. My father would anytime he was going out, he would say, "Why are you going out?" He would drive me. You know, he could first take me to see his friends and then drop me off wherever I was going. And then he would introduce me to his friends, right? And then say to them, "Oh, that's my daughter. I was in pre-degree. That's my daughter. She's studying medicine." And I was somewhat be pinching my father that they have not given me admission for this medicine. Because this medicine, I don't understand, there will be problem. You know, and it's just how parents are. They want to be able to make boast of their children.
Yeah.
I'm going this route because I want us to analyze it for real. The father has blood running as well. He's human. He has feelings. The mother, same way. Now, I equally saw something else in that story. They're possibly a family that cannot afford to get that child iPhone 8. And you can hear the father say that, "Let me do quick, get an admission and let me pay your school fee and get out of here." And that was where the anger, because I saw anger, that was where I believe the anger now got to the part of, do you already know what she does with the phone? She knows what she does with the phone when she has the phones. And she's already mature in a sense, according to the father, and that she could go ahead and sell her body for the said phone.
Okay.
I felt like this was a lot. It was a mouthful.
So let me start by saying that the dad really, really erred. I would really say that. You know, when I heard it, a daughter can ask her father what her father cannot obviously afford. I mean, they are children. My child can come, "Daddy, I want a car." Of course.
But this is not a kid.
Yes.
So she also has some responsibility.
Yes.
So what her responsibility to being responsive to the family finance and the state of things.
Being observant, because you can't say she doesn't know.
This scene tells us, tells me that there are lots of things on the ground that we don't know.
Thank you so much. So Shike, I want you to look at it from, what else did you see? Either from the angle of the girl in this case, because you had said there are some other things she could have been sensitive to. What do you see again?
Okay, so I think that, as you said, they're having some financial issues, the parents, because as currencies of the country right now, or the world as a whole, financial issues all over the place, people having issues paying for school fees, prices are increasing, and that stress can come back to the parents, and some people don't know how to deal with stress, end up taking out to other people, which is very unhealthy. So, as you see in this case, him channeling his frustrations towards this girl, even just because she cannot get admission, not all of us are the same, not all students are the same. I've been in school with students who were the best in secondary school, had the best jam scores. University came and they had carryover upon carryover. So people go at different levels, people peak on different stages. That girl now, I don't know how many times she has maybe possibly failed jam or like she could fail jam 4 times and then enter university and she gets 5.2 GPA throughout university.
True.
And that saying this thing can basically just put her down, just make her feel like she wasn't herself. No matter what she may have done in the past, it doesn't matter, she's your child. Your first job is to show her love, no matter how many mistakes she has made in the past. Yes, it might be the way we are brought up in this side of the world, where it's more of like a tough love kind of thing, where you don't want to pump, everything is seen as pumping your child.
To see that you love them.
Exactly, it's like you love your child by tough love, and then you just want to show them, you just buy them sweets one day, you just buy this for them. Most of the time it's just, go and do this, go and wash plates.
But your generation doesn't seem to respond well to tough love. Taufik, I really need him to speak to us on this. Your generation doesn't do well with tough love. We've seen your generation come on stage to change a number of things for us, which are quite good. And there are a few things we wish we could still change in your generation, to be honest. I'm speaking for the millennials, right? But I'm saying that your generation helped us to have conversations before now that parents would not even have with their children. So if you're saying tough love doesn't do it for you, how would you want to be loved?
Okay, so at some point, we all need to be scolded, yes. Nobody's perfect, we all make mistakes.
Okay.
And yes, the girl, I still believe that she should have been a bit more sensitive, knowing the states of the family, not asking for something.
So it wasn't wrong that the parent actually called her out. You are just against the language used by the parent.
And then even before the dad, like, yes, her dad saying she should sell her body was like the most serious thing. But he also said that she asked for her birthday gift. She said that her birthday gift should be paying for admission. He said that she needs to be asking for birthday gift as paying for admission. But that doesn't make sense. That's the rights of his parents. So child's rights should be paying for education. Parents used to pay for child education. It's part of what you're supposed to do as a parent. So you can't say that the child should say that. Imagine me going to my dad and say, "Oh, that's my birthday. If I want you to pay for admission," that's not right.
How about that's what a child wants? In some cases, a child could want
Yes.
that, but we know that most children actually want what they want for their birthdays.
Yes,
I see
for
the
sure.
point you're making, Chike.
Let me start by saying I think parents too, emotional intelligence matter is not just for
Thank you.
professionals.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
true.
so I think parents too should begin to take these things seriously, because they are children doesn't mean they don't have emotions, doesn't mean they are not persons of their own. They are persons, they are human beings like you, they have emotions. So they also need to be, will I say, caressed, you know,
Right.
that emotion, because this is how they begin to start life. What they learn from within is what they're going to practice or express out there. So let me start by saying there are 4 stages which I know or which I've learned for growing children. You know, I'm a young father. I have 2 boys. And of course, you know, when you have boys, you need to stand. Your eyes
Your
need to
feet
be
must
able.
be on the ground, and you just must be on ground.
I've really been learning, and I'm still learning, you know. So it's not perfect. I'm still learning. I mean, I'm a work in progress. I must confess that. However, I have learned few things. One of the things I've learned is there are 4 stages for growing children. 0 to 5, we need to learn discipline, how to discipline our children. And discipline is not limited to cane. There are tools, there are avenues to do that. You know, taking their sweets from them because of, you know,
Denying them
there's
instant gratification.
a lot you can do around discipline, 0 to 5. Because this is where they begin to know you. Not even themselves yet. They don't know themselves yet. But they are getting to know you as a parent. They are getting to know how to talk to you, how to do things, especially with you. Like I usually say, when a baby sees the mother, they are not seeing a human being. They are seeing food.
Absolutely.
That's the truth.
It's why I get home and before mommy welcome, Mom, I'm hungry.
Guys,
Guys!
once a baby sees a mother, he's not seeing a human being. He's seeing food. That is number 1. So 6 to 13 is the time to begin to train them. There's a difference between training and coaching.
Right.
14 to about 18, 19 is when you need to coach them. Coaching is do it yourself. I'm watching you.
Get your fingers burnt.
Do it yourself.
Then we're going to fix
So
it.
that tells us something. They're going to make mistakes.
That's right.
When they make mistakes, it is a pointer to us parents to call their attention to that mistake.
So what do you think is amiss here? I'm trying to dissect the relationship between this parent and
I'm coming there.
that daughter.
I'm coming there.
Yes, please.
The last stage, which is forever from that 19, is friendship. Now, when you're supposed to be training your child, it's not when you should be their friend. When you are training a child, and instead of training a child, you are becoming their friend, they will misunderstand your body language.
That's right.
So when they are supposed to be disciplined, when they're supposed to have learned discipline and start doing things in a way that shows they are learning, they might be misbehaving at that point. And that's not when you should now start caning. The whole thing might just get
So do you
bad.
see a seeming indiscipline in this case? Because the father seemed to be alleging a form of indiscipline to say, oh, she does all sort of things on the phone all around. She's not been able to secure admission. That could essentially be because she's lacking in some way academically.
Yeah.
It could also be because she has certain personal developmental issues. Maybe she lacks discipline. We do not know.
You said something now which matters a lot. Developmental issues. And that goes back to the parents. A child, a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old child does not know his or her right from left.
But this girl
It's
should be a teenager, if not older.
Yes, I'm coming there. I'm coming there. So at that point, the father should have, like some restraint to know that, okay, this lady, she needs some mental some orientation, some
Right.
mental shift.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Taufik. Now, so much has been said. This is The Lounge, and if you're just joining, indeed, we look forward to receiving your call. Put a call across. Let's know what your thoughts are this afternoon. Now, Pokwala said, good response, and that's Pokwala who says, this is not good response from a father to her daughter who requested for something that is not capable of providing. Now, this comment, and I think I appreciate this comment a lot. Thank you so much, Pokwala. I mean, I read comments under the very video that was out there, and you know, netizens said parents should not put their inadequacies on their children. Yeah. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We can hear you loud and clear. Where are you calling from?
Adedayo from Ikorodu.
All right, Adedayo, go ahead, please.
Okay, so what I can say about that issue is that the father might have noticed a lot of things about the child before that time. Are you with me?
We're with you.
So, asking for iPhone 8, when I see that, okay, you are still using Android and you are misbehaving with the Android, you asking for iPhone 8 could be a means that you want to step up your games in whatever thing you are doing.
Right.
The man might have seen a lot of issues with her. You understand now? So, I'm not saying the man's utterances were good. They weren't a good thing we could trace to a parent, like a good parent.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that the child too needed to be cautioned by the public, because I could see a lot of comments on social media that, okay, the father is this, the father is that, want to buy a phone, want to... No, the father cannot chase the daughter out. I know that one. All those ones are just out of anger and annoyance. And a lot of fathers tends to do that.
Adedayo, thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. This is, I mean, it's a brilliant contribution. Please do well and call us as well. We are itchy to hear from you. Now, there are some comments here, and I'll quickly like to get to them. I think it's just one. And this says, I agree with Shike on the show. Parents should be more sensitive. Absolutely. We do not have the name of this person, but thank you so much for that. Now, more comments are coming in. I would attend to that. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Yes, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, what's your name? Good afternoon. What is your name? Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
What is your name? Good afternoon.
My name is Maga. I'm calling from Surulere.
All right, Bwaga.
I think said Maga.
Yes, from Surulere.
All right, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Yes, we can. Go ahead. Make your contribution. Make a contribution, Baga.
Okay, yes, I wanted to say I feel the father was kind of extreme. But at the same time, the daughter should be sensitive to the financial context in which the family is currently operating. You see, that was my own perspective. That in a sense, the father's tirade was kind of justified, but I think he went over the top. But either way, we need to advocate for children to be more sensible and sensitive with regard to the requests they are currently making from their parents. So I think that's my position on the old battle.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Baga. Yes, thank you.
She might be suffering from peer pressure.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, she might be suffering from peer pressure.
Okay.
You know, my friends are having iPhones, high-end Android
and
phones.
who better to ask about peer pressure than Shike? So Shike,
Okay,
I understand that iPhone means a thing. And while you speak to this, please speak to technology, especially, because we don't seem to get it.
Actually, I will speak to everything, honestly. Even goes down to clothes, cars.
Yes,
maybe not cars
maybe
at that age, but like
clothing,
clothes, everything,
shoes, and whatnot.
Okay, so at that age of, let's say 14, as I said, 14 and above, children are very impressionable, and they're very influenced as well by their friends, what they watch on TV, now there's social media. Before it was just TV. Now there's TikTok, there's Instagram. You see the influencers, you see what they're wearing, you see what they're doing. You want to do like them, and so on. So like, as I said, this girl, I've seen her friends doing something like this. I've seen their parents with touch phones. I just want that, but at the same time, you don't know that for sure. So we're just assuming from here. And yes, it does feel somehow seeing your friends being like that. But that's the context of what you have. Not everybody is the same. Not all fingers are equal. Some people have it better than others. I know. I may not have had the best phones when my friends were using when I was growing up, but I knew that my parents tried their hardest to give me what I needed.
Right. Thank you, Shike. Okay. I mean, apologies for that. Yeah. Yes, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello?
Hello, this is Punch, right?
Yes, this is Punch. What's your name?
My name is Benson Olowe.
Olowe. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos Island.
All right, Olowe, go ahead. Let's have your contribution.
My opinion on this, I thought the father was wrong for what he said. Definitely wrong for what he said. But you can't blame the child. Like what you guys just previously said, with the peer pressure and everything. The way, and the Yahoo culture in Nigeria also. It's all the factor. It's all the factor.
Thank you, Olowe. Thank you. I mean, your contribution is quite valid. You look at all of these things; these are big issues, and you cannot throw them away.
I must say something here.
Exactly.
You see.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Parenting is like marriage. That there is no one rule that cuts across everything, that you must follow this rule. Once you follow this rule, it works for every. No.
Thank you, Taufik. I mean, I really want to get to this parenting side of things, but it seemed like we equally need to understand the generation of the girl speaking. Let me ask you why, particularly I'm giving Shike more time to speak to us on this, Taufik, is I have a niece who should be about the age of this girl, because when I saw her face, and then I remember going over to her house last year, and auntie said, abure in Yoruba, what abure only can iPhone phone, Yonisia says I should get her an iPhone, that she wants to do this and that when she gets to school. She's graduated this year, right? And that time, I guess there was some strike or stuff, I can't remember. She was home, I don't know, maybe it was her IT or stuff. She had lots of time on her hands. And what she said to the mom was, she's seen the mom struggle a lot to meet ends meet and all of that. And she's seen a number of her classmates go into influencing, and she's seen what they've made of it. And so she thinks that she could alleviate a bit of the pressure on the mother, essentially. And that if the mother would get her a good phone, that she needs a good phone. So she had great ideas for content creation. She was able to communicate with the mother, but not in a way the mother would appreciate. So when I got in the picture, what I did was, auntie, I mean, for those who do not understand Yoruba, auntie, I understand what she wants to do. So essentially, she wants to do this and that. Let's just guide her to know that she doesn't want to go and just be shaking butt. Now, this is not me saying it's wrong to shake butt. If your gifting is dance, essentially, you must dance. But again, just for us to be able to caution and be able to guide what she does in the proper precepts of modesty and whatnot. So I just wanted to know what, and then I said, so what are the topics you're interested in? What are your interests? Let's know your interests so that you can then be guided. Eventually the school, whatever was elongating her stay at home, was cut short. I think she got the phone. She's not even been able to do the said influencing. But the friction that should have actually been aggravated, between a mother and a daughter was actually helped, aided by my intervention. So I looked at that, and then I'm like, sometimes it's why we want to understand your need for these things a lot more. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Emeka.
Okay, Emeka, go ahead.
Okay, I think three out something to say regarding the whole edition. So, when I first saw the video, I was appalled, to be honest with you. I feel like regardless of how bad I have been with the parents, when you have a child, they don't really know better. So they don't really might speak to them that you just rub off very harshly, There's this saying that the act forgets, but then if you remember, I don't think that's something that the child will ever forget, no matter how they cheat. So I think the mother has just said no, simply. I said, I think fine.
Okay.
I think the parents are very, very wrong.
Right. Thank you, Emeka. Where are you calling from, Emeka?
I'm calling from Abuja.
Abuja. Thank you so much, Emeka. It's great to have you contribute. So
I want to say something concerning
yes,
what
please.
he said.
Go ahead.
You see, I'm learning, really. You know, there's a Yoruba song that says, "Ọmọ tó ní bàbá òun ò là, ọmọ tó ní bàbá òun ò lówó, ẹnu ẹ̀ ló wà." So I'm trying to be careful because I also have children. So I am on the journey, right? I am inside the matter. I'm also growing my children, right? So some people are waiting. Okay, so that's not the purpose here. The purpose is, okay, we are looking at what is and what shouldn't have been, what ought to. You get it? So parents should begin to look into learning. Since it's not it's not an endowment, we learn it.
That's right.
We learn to live with each other.
But I see an issue here. You know, we've spoken to learning. Shikemi has spoken to sensitivity and all of this. We're all holding these briefs, not blaming anyone at the expense of the other.
I do want to add something.
Yes, please. Go ahead, Shike.
So I think there's a key thing that both sides are missing, and it's communication. And communication goes a long way in all relationships, no matter which you're in, friendships, parents and child,
official
relationship,
or not.
marriage, girlfriend, boy, whatever it is, communication is key. It's the most important thing. Even workplace, boss to subordinates, everything, communication is key. So from that issue, the parents don't understand what this child needs the phone. From parents parents are probably much older than the child. They don't understand how the world works. Now to them, using phone is just a waste of time. They don't understand people make money from their phones. Like people make thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars of naira from just dancing on TikTok, from just posting things on Instagram, just posting memes, just posting videos on Twitter. They're making millions from it. What you're not supposed to do with ad sharing.
That might be a motivation.
Even before that, there was YouTube. Before that, there was YouTube. People are streaming games on Twitch. There are different ways of making money on the internet. I just think their parents, the child, they're wasting their life on their.
So do you agree that the girl in question should have better communicated, presented her case to the parents?
And also the parents as well could have also communicated their side better to them, because children. And then at the same time, you don't know their parents. Parents don't realize that children are always watching what they're doing, even like your body language, the things you do. So there's some time when your child behaves, where you behave kind of way when your child is growing up, and then later on the child exhibits those same behaviors, and you be like, where did they learn this from? But learn it from you.
What you do?
Yes, this peer pressure thing now, it happens with adults too. You see adults trying to buy the latest cars, trying to buy this, trying to compete with their people in church. We want to wear the latest, best attire, best ashoriki, best everything for weddings. And you think that your child just can't see you. When trying to tell you so you can tension mommy,
Right.
Exactly. But your child is watching you. Maybe you think you're just a 7-year-old child. They're watching you. They're seeing how you behave. They're taking these things from you. You are their role model from the beginning. So your behaviors are pressured on them.
Thank
so
you,
they learn
Shike.
these things from you.
Thank you, Shike. I think this comments that you just made,
Very,
honestly,
very
very valuable. Now, Titilayomi says on Facebook, do you know what she's going in the hand, or what she's going through is what she meant, in the hands of her parents before she can record their conversation. Something serious has been going on.
Yes.
My opinion. And this comment.
You know,
this comment.
when we started,
Taufik,
we started, we said, okay, there are lots of things going on that we don't know.
We can't assume. Yeah.
Maybe she has heard hundreds of such kinds of words and all that. So that's why, out of the frustration of not having enough, not being able to do certain things for our children, can make some dads or mom just flare when they could have handled the matter better, you know, and they themselves not being able to rein themselves in to know that, okay, this lady, if she goes out there, she sees a lot. So the education must come from within.
But
and
going out there is not even saying go out there. It's like expressly saying to her, go out there, sell your body.
I'm not even talking about.
Yes,
in fact,
but that's what the father said.
Yeah. I wasn't. The going out there means that she goes out, she sees a lot.
Absolutely.
So I mean, and she has needs.
Off, like she has said.
She has needs.
There are times you want to get a phone because your friend bought it. It's
that
as
is
simple
just
as that.
as simple as that.
Trust me. So, I buy some shoes because my friend got this shoe and I'm going to get this shoe.
The dad saying, coming from a dad, That was where it was off for me. Coming from it, that go and sell yourself, that was wrong.
But have we not been living like this
was
as a
wrong.
society for a while? Let's not pretend, let's not be hypocritical. So you find out that a certain child suddenly starts to bring things home.
And they won't even ask.
And no parent is asking questions.
That is, you see, that
is
goes
that not
back.
a sort of consent?
That goes
because
back.
now it looks like this girl in question, the father simply said, go and sell your body. More like, I know what you do already. Go and sell your body. More like, you have my permission, sell your body. When you get an admission, come, I will sponsor your education.
That was where...
But there are parents who are aware that the children are wearing clothes. Come on. If you say designer clothes, you have an idea what
where do they get the money from?
Money?
Or sometimes parents just... I would just come and just say, Dad, I bought a car for you. I bought this. Whenever be a car, I bought this for you. Like, I bought it for you.
You're not taking it too far.
Appreciate you.
Children your age are buying cars for their parents. The question is, where did you get the money? It's all over the internet. How many years have you worked? What do you do? Somebody should ask questions.
As much as children have their delinquencies, as much as they have their mistakes and all that, parents should recognize that a lot of these mistakes perpetuates or are perpetuated based on what they are doing.
Well, can I say this thing is also multi-generational? And I want you to speak to this, Taufik.
Yeah.
Now, while I give you the space to talk, I need you to speak to, because you get a great theory around the age brackets and what should be done with parenting and how we should approach this.
Yeah.
But then I want to look at a situation where you cannot give what you don't have.
Sure.
A father who spoke like that, most likely has been spoken to like that. I'm sure I'm not the only person who wanted the mother to at least speak for the daughter. But she didn't.
She didn't.
She didn't. I cringed. I'm like, oh my goodness. You guys threw this girl under the bus. I wanted the mother to at least maybe appease the father in some sense.
Anyone at all.
And, sort of just stick her neck out for her daughter. But she didn't. And then I want to ask, they've done it to you as parents. You normalized it. There is how you can normalize a cycle of trauma and abuse. And I think you should speak to this for me, please.
You see,
so the parents went through it. They think what they did.
There's something called self-regulation. That's character building. As simple as that. Building character. In fact, I wrote an article which should come up on very soon on Punch. It's around character, the tripod without which no leader can really succeed.
Emerge.
Yeah.
Or succeed.
It's attitude, behavior, and character. One is the result of another. One is the constituent.
Constituent. Okay.
Yeah, constituent of another.
Okay.
You see, that's okay. I faced some form of child abuse while growing. Does that mean I should abuse my own child?
What if you didn't heal from it? You naturally would abuse your child.
No.
These are conversations we should.
That's what I'm talking about. Self-regulation.
Did you heal?
Self-regulation.
Did you heal?
Yes.
And people
not from my parents.
Yeah.
Not from my parents. Not yes.
Did you ask sorry from them?
The abuse wasn't even from my parents.
Okay.
Was from people.
But now we are talking about generational sort of abuse. Do you know you're likely to do what your parents did to you to your children?
My grandfather married 22 wives.
Okay. And your father married how many?
My father ended up almost marrying 2.
Okay.
But he didn't succeed.
Okay.
Does that mean I'll marry?
I'll marry 1 and a half? Cannot be exhausted. Maybe you do 1. So let's say your father did 1 and a half. Since you didn't succeed with 2. So I see that you will do 1. I can already see the future.
See.
Now, and you are starting a new cycle. Trust me.
One is one.
You are starting a new cycle for the generation to come after you.
Yes.
Essentially, we should do better.
Yeah. And life is about growth. We learn, we unlearn. Times change. It's not the same. How things work, not the same ways what things work. When I say maybe when you were growing up, the reigning jobs, reigning careers there were medicine. As you said, your father wanted to study medicine, was medicine, engineering. Everybody wanted a child to be a doctor, wanted a child to be a lawyer, an engineer. Now everyone's going to tech.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be computer science. They want to study computer science, want to study things like that because that's what they believe get where all the money is. So the time change, the world evolves. So the same way, you can't continue doing the same method of parenting you're trying before.
That's right.
You can't say, oh, because I didn't die.
That's
how my child will take my child. They have to learn how to grow.
That's right.
I remember growing up, I used to see my parents with parenting books. I used to wonder why they did this. They just learn what their parents did to them.
Right.
Why is that they try to learn?
Thank you, gentlemen. We could say on and on. I just discovered that this is a conversation that we cannot quite exhaust. Because right in my head, there are lots of angles that wanted us to actually steal interrogate this conversation. Now, we're going off with this last comment from Pat Adekombi. She says, I don't know if it's a he or she, there is a difference in what a child wants and what a child needs. Parents need to differentiate this and act appropriately. Thank you so much, Pat, for that comment. We've had lots of comments on the program today, and indeed, my colleagues here have had quite a field day, bearing their hearts on the conversation that we've had. iPhone 8 request. Father tells daughter to sell body. This is quite inexhaustive, to be honest. And I'm hoping we'll do another round on parenting, or maybe a sequel to this conversation some other time. Now, for all the comments on the calls that we've had on the lounge this afternoon, I've got to say a very big thank you for contributing. So, to Taufik and Shike, this is a big thank you for joining me to hold this robust conversation. That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, everyone. This is our show, The Lounge. My name is Melanie Ishola. Do well. Join us again next week. We look forward to connecting with you. Goodbye.
The fact that my future is secure in your hand, I have not seen that thing. I have not seen a sign. I don't deceive myself. Anybody else can deceive himself or herself. I don't deceive myself. My future, I don't know the way to deal with you. But I thank God it's not only me that I have a future. Don't sell your body now to buy a your mates are buying a
Instead of a pastor, must be like everybody.
Those that have admission to study medicine in their life, they don't ask for. Those that have admission to study medicine in their life, they don't ask for iPhone. Not to talk of you. But they don't even get admission to study Yoruba. Those that get admission on platter of gold, they will never ask for iPhone because they have future. They have aim for their life that what matters to them is their education. Gain admission, get out school, and then kids some school and come out. Why don't you think? Why are you not thinking? Why do you think God for God? Why do you not like giving me pain? You can never think. You can never discuss it. It's not until when a boy, a guy is carrying girlfriend, boyfriend. It's not until when you see that a guy is a bad or this thing. She's already corrupt. More than corruption is herself. She knows what she does on phone. She knows what she does with her body. So it's not a matter of I'm seeing somebody with boyfriend.